Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You're actually catching us after the first period because we had a rather long boat ride to get to where we're going, to the point where when we got here, Lion's End we're already in. So I didn't take the time to do an intro. The good thing for you guys is you didn't miss anything, because once again, like several times this year, we have gotten off to a miserable start in period one and we have weighed 0 fish. We had one good bite that I missed. Caught some shorts, but you didn't miss anything. And getting pretty frustrated with the bad starts. We fished through a stretch that I felt like was going to be, had the potential to be pretty good. It wasn't, so I don't know if it's a timing deal. I might come back, hit it later. I'm not sure what we're going to hit right now, but we're only a couple pounds out. I think 3 pounds, 3-4 is the check line, 6 or 7 pounds is 10th place. So it's not like we're that far out. I mean, there's still about a quarter of the field that hasn't weighed a fish. So we're gonna get back after it here very shortly and put a few fish in the boat. Good.
Yes, sir. Scale is 0. £1 pound, 12 ounces. Yes, sir.
Well, we just ended period 2. We caught one legal bass, so 112 I believe is what it was. We missed one more scoreable bass and had a couple other shorts, a couple other pound and a quarters. And at this point, I'm hoping we're getting some cloud cover in. Did seem like we definitely started to get more bites than the last hour, hour and a half. All those bites were in the last hour, hour and a half. Probably had 5-6 bites. So if we can hit the right stretch, I still feel like we could catch 4 or 5 keepers and be right back in the middle of it. So we're gonna eat a sandwich and figure out where I'm going next and get back at it.
Yes, sir. You got 23 minutes left. 10th place is 1602. Marty Robertson with 7 fish. Colby Shrump, 20th place, 11 pounds, 7 ounces, 7 fish. 1 fish for you, 1 keeper fish for you. Will move you probably to 34.
All right. Sorry. Oh, come on, I'm so sick of
Yes, sir. Clear. £2 pounds, 8 ounces.
Well, if you've made it to the end, you know it was a very frustrating day for me. I really expected to have a much better day, and I had my shots at it. You know, I didn't show it in the video, but I had 7 scoreable bites and I landed 2 of them. Just completely unacceptable. I don't think there's anything I could have done different in terms of those bites. The fish were not committing. You guys saw I caught my fish on top waters. I had one fish knock the bait 2 feet into the air. I had another fish that just came up and sucked on the bait, didn't eat it. You know, I had another fish that did hit the bait really good. I set the hook, I stuck them for a second and missed them. In practice, they were just committing really well to it. And if you threw back, you know, they might hit a second bait. Versus yesterday, I mean, I threw 3 or 4 different follow-up baits and never got the fish that I missed to connect. Did not get the number of bites that I was expecting overall. Like, I was expecting to get more just bites, more small fish, more action, and the first half of the day was terrible. Did not happen, and I think that's because we had just complete sun conditions. And the fish weren't set up really good. Plus we had an outgoing tide. When I say tide, it's a wind tide. So we had the water moving out. Well, around 11 o'clock, the water started to come back in. And I think those fish were acting pretty similar to tidal fish, meaning when that water was out, you know, you could see that there was down that much, and I'm only fishing a couple of feet. I feel like those fish moved out and then or didn't bite, even though with less water you would expect them to be more willing to commit, but I feel like some of them moved out. And then in the afternoon we actually started to we had a wind change, and the tide actually, or water, started to come back in, so it was rising, and I think that turned the fish on a little bit, because I had, in the last 3 hours of fishing, I had 6 scoreable bites. So, you know, my practice, I had the 2 days I fished up there, I had a dozen scoreable bites each day. I mean, really is what it was. And the second day, or the third day of practice, I had one stretch where, you know, I had 2 really big bites. I had 8 total scoreable bites in about 2 hours. So I'm gonna go back there. I know the fish are up there. I know the fish are willing to bite, and if they didn't bite for me yesterday, and they didn't really bite for any of the guys that I saw up there, so I know they're there. I know if I hit the right window and I capitalize and put those fish in the boat, I can have a good day. Like, I really do believe that I can catch 10 scoreable bass and move up, you know, a bunch in the points. So that's the only place I know to do it. I you know that there's probably some other ways to catch fish. The thing is, I don't feel confident. I don't feel like I can give up much time to look for that. So on day 2 for me, which is tomorrow, you know, I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. I've seen the bites, I've seen the fish to have 20 plus pounds in a tournament day, and that's what we're gonna go for. We're gonna have better conditions, we're gonna have wind, we're gonna have overcast skies, we're supposed to get some thunderstorms. I feel like that could help, because the 3rd day of practice, when I really had a good bite, we had rain in the morning, we had some overcast conditions, so I'm hopeful that we can make those fish bite. But you know, I don't want any of you to think that I have, you know, lost my confidence because I've had a couple of tough tournaments in a row. I understand that this happens. I've gone through, you know, 3 bad tournaments in a row, but I've also, you know, you look back a couple of events ago, I mean, I zeroed at Santee Cooper and came back. So I have complete confidence that I can go out and catch what I need to catch to, you know, salvage this tournament. I'm more bummed out and frustrated at the fish and the things that have been happening this year in terms of lost fish. You know, again, I didn't lose the fish. We just didn't connect. I didn't get the hooks in them. And from that standpoint, that's frustrating. They just were eating a little different than they were in practice. And I'm going to go out and have some fun tomorrow. I'm going to go out. I expect to catch more fish. I expect to have a fun day on the water, and fishing, you know, fishing the way I like to fish, just throwing topwater baits around, whether that's a frog or a chopo or a popper, buzz bait. Like, I'm throwing a little bit of everything. I really have had the best success on the chopo, so that's probably what I'm going to throw the most of. But we're just going to go, wing it and have some fun. So anyways, guys, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the well wishes. Don't, you know, the people that are out there say, Matt, keep your head up. Believe me, my head is up. All of us that fish this have complete confidence in ourselves. That is not one thing you ever need to worry with me. If anything, actually, a bad day on the water just motivates me more. It lights the fire, and that's one awesome thing about this format. Even though you know you're behind, every time you catch one, it's like, it just fires you up. Like, let's go, let's get a string of fish catches together. And that's one thing I love about it, because you don't feel that in a 5-fish derby. You really don't. You don't know how everyone else is doing, so you're just like, okay, we got one, now we're gonna go. In this case, it's like, man, if I can string 2, 3, 4 fish together real fast, I'm right back in this, and I love that. So we're gonna go out and see what happens tomorrow, but God, hopefully we have a lot more fish catches to show you, because only a couple is not ideal for you guys for watching my videos. All right, thanks guys for the support. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll have day 2 probably, hopefully, coming out after this one.